What's up, world? It's your man, Cal Quigley IV, here with another episode of the Wallet and Wellness Podcast. I'm here with my main man, powered by Quantum Prosperous, Mr. Chris Randall. Welcome.
Do it again.
Okay.
Do it again.
I was just all over the place.
He's trying to make it work. He's trying to bring it back together.
Right.
Listen, what up? Where are we in Canada? Prosperous. Hey, man, Wallet and Wellness. How you doing?
Go Chains. What's up, world? It's your man, Cal Quigley IV, here with another episode of the Wallet and Wellness Podcast, powered by Quantum Prosperous. I'm here with my main man, Chris Randall.
What up, sir?
Man, I can't call it, brother.
You good?
I'm all right, man.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good, man. Played some golf today, got out, you know what I'm saying? Got a little sun, got a little vitamin D in my life. So, you know, you got to get that vitamin D, man. I'm trying to catch with you dark-skinned brothers, man. So y'all leave me alone, man.
You went out there looking for some melanin?
I was looking for some melanin, man. Eating it, drinking it, all kind of. I snorted a little melanin and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good, man.
Oh, my gosh.
So listen, the Wallet and Wellness Podcast is really about bringing together two subjects that are sometimes difficult to talk about: your money and your mental and physical wellness. So that's what we do here on the Wallet and Wellness Podcast. We got our dubs out there, so thank y'all for the support. Keep coming back, keep tuning in. We're gonna keep you entertained. So listen. We getting down and dirty today, man. We getting down and dirty. That's why I wore my pants with the hole in it, man. Just in case,
I
you know what I'm
see.
saying?
You listen. You got your t-shirt on.
Got my t-shirt on.
He said, "These my golf arms." Wow, that's how I do it.
So, how do I get out of my mama's house?
Ooh, is that the question?
That's the question, man. That's the question. Yeah. So I got reached out to by a young man, and he was like, "Man, I love the podcast. I like what y'all doing. The conferences, I'm killing it. Y'all killing it. I'm loving it. But I need to know like the steps to get out of my mama house." And I said, "Bruh, that's a really good question, man. Let's put together a podcast because we're going to talk about this because this really does intersect, right, with the wallet and wellness when we talk about holistically how we get someone from point A to point D, you know, if they're trying to get there. And so, well, before I even jump in on that, man, tell us about how you got out of your mama house.
I got married.
That's how you do it.
That was
end the podcast. Just get married,
that was
bro.
it
You're
right
done,
there.
Right?
No, I think I went to college.
Okay.
First of all, I went to college. Because here's the thing, it's not the idea of being at your mama's house is not in and of itself bad, right. But the thing about it is your mom, whoever, anybody's house, as long as you have some sort of direction, then there's a lot more parameters, you know, we can work with. So I went from high school, went to, you know, college, you know, from college went, then I had a roommate, you know, after that, you know, so we were staying in an apartment together, you know, and then some things happened and, you know, he went back to live at his parents' house, you know, and then I didn't have anywhere to be, so I went back. So I think it has a lot to do with when somebody says, how do I get out of my mama's house? Yeah. Well, you know, age has a lot to do with that, you know. Why
you say that?
Well, because here's the thing. If you are 19 and you at your mama's house, that's not really that big a deal. You just finished high school. Like there's some things, you're either going to college. If you go to college close to your, you know, where you used to live, then you there because you in college. Okay. If you are 29, then it's like, what's going on? Yeah. You know, are you in the Air Force? Or you start, like, what's happening? You starting a bit, like there's a lot of different things. You know, so I think our conversation today is about, you know, people who are at their mamas or daddies or uncles or whoever, probably way longer than they should be. Yeah. That's the people that kind of we talking about, we targeting now. Okay. You're there longer than you should be, you know, so that it's a whole lot of questions, you know. That would be my first kind of couple of questions. Why are you there? Like, what's the reason?
That's what the parents are asking. Why are you here?
Why are you there? You know? You know, so that's kind of where I would start.
So I'm going to play God's advocate for a minute, man.
Okay.
So this is what I'll say. A lot of times in our community, right, the Black and brown community, there's this timeline that we say, this is how long your kid is supposed to be there. Oof. In other cultures, they don't push their kids out at 18, 19, 20. They don't give them that time frame. Yes. They say, hey, we want you to go to college. We want you to have a career. We want you to save up some money. And then we'll talk about you going to purchase another house or townhouse or condo. We can help you, those kind of things. Yeah. So, you know, me, I've lived on 5 different continents, man, and I study people whenever I'm there, right? And so specifically, this is in the Asian community. This is why I see a lot, especially when you talk about their female daughters. Okay. They may live with them until they're 30 or 35 years old.
Okay.
A lot of the marriages are actually planned marriages, right? Okay. So you got another family, they have a son around the same age, so they kind of grow up knowing each other. And then the parents will come in and say, hey, y'all getting married.
Yes.
So figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to have a happy marriage starting out. But what you'll see in planned marriages is 95% of those marriages continue on past the year 10, where you see marriages on the other side, what are we at, 55, 60%, just depending on, you know, the age range that you're looking at. So that's what I would say, man. So yes, I get where you're coming from. And I agree to a certain extent, but I also think that we have to look at it through that lens as well.
Okay.
The Quantum Prosperous Financial Firm serves as a catalyst for men of all races. It celebrates diversity to shatter the barriers of financial limitations, recognizing that the collective strength of different races and cultures enriches the entire community. By fostering a spirit of collaboration and shared success, this group has created an empowering ecosystem where everyone can thrive. Join us as we shatter the glass ceiling of success for all and create a legacy of abundance. Quantum Prosperous.
Okay, so let's keep it with the lens.
Okay.
I think when you talk about other cultures, there is this idea that there's a training that's going on to be able to teach the child how to live after they get out of their parents' house.
Absolutely.
Okay, so. And you or anybody else who's watching, you can let us know in the comments if I'm getting something wrong. A lot of times what I see or what I have heard in our community, we pick a number like an age, like 18, because that's when you graduate from high school. And there's essentially, we kick them out to say, all right, cool, you on your own now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Is that creating an environment or creating a person, setting them up, so to speak, for failure, because you're allowing the fact that they're 18 be the driving force as to the reason that you kicked them out. Now, I'll even continue with what you say. If you kick a dude out because he's 18, but then let a girl stay there until she's whatever, 22, 25, what are you saying? You're saying she is what? Not ready to move out, or she needs more things to learn, or she needs to be protected, so you're keeping her here? If those are the things that you're saying, then just off of how you're doing it, you're saying the opposite for him. Right. He should be ready. He don't need to be protected. He can handle his own. He can figure it out. Because the thing about it is, when you push somebody out like that in that way, them figuring it out is essentially a you swim or drown.
Right. There's no in between.
There's no in between. If you don't want to drown, then you swim. But here's the other thing. If you let's say we take that example literally. Mm-hmm. Just because somebody is not drowning doesn't mean they're swimming well.
Right.
You know, so you have to understand, yes, this dude that you kicked out at 18, he immediately had to go get a job.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say he went to college. Okay. And he got his, degree because he's going to further his education. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Let's say the other dude that didn't go to college, but you kicked him out, anyway, mm-hmm. he immediately had to go get a job, which means what type of jobs, what type of opportunities can you get at 18 with no college degree and or no other skill? You didn't go to air conditioning school. You didn't go to barber school. You didn't do none of that. So I think there's this situation. We had a buddy in the men's group mm-hmm. who talked about his dad, accumulated wealth just like his uncles did and all of that, and they didn't leave anything to him.
Right.
And their mentality was, if I figured it out, you can figure it out. Okay. But again, what you create is every generation has to start over.
Exactly.
So there's no sense of accumulation mm-hmm. if everybody got to start over and start from zero. So I understand the mentality of trying to build somebody up, emotionally, and mentally, so they can have grit, so they can figure out blah, blah, blah. But do you want them to learn that on their own, or do you want to teach them that? How come there's not a balance of, in my opinion, a balance of both, to where you put them a little bit, as time goes along, away from the nest. Yeah. Okay, cool. You ain't got to get out, but you do need to be working. Mm-hmm. You do need to be bringing something in. You do need to be contributing. We do need to be talking about what your future plans are every month, something to where they're learning the things that you have to teach them, Totally. But I guess maybe people do that because they don't really have nothing else to teach them. So it's like you can learn it out there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point, because I think that falls on the parents more than it does the child, right?
Yeah.
I can remember when I left home, I was 17 years old. I went to the Air Force, right?
Okay.
I was prepared to leave and go to the Air Force.
Yeah.
If I had have left and gone to college or gone to the workforce, I wouldn't have done as well. I know I wouldn't have because I had some things that I needed to work out within myself, right? Mm-hmm. So even though my parents did a really good job of raising me, I know that I wouldn't have been ready. And then I look at the generation of young men behind us, mm-hmm. and I know that most of them aren't ready as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so where the idea is, we do want you to get out of the house, but have we prepared you to get out of the house? And if we haven't, who does that fall on at a certain point? It does fall on the person, though, right?
Yeah,
you got to go get it, man.
Yeah. I do, and I agree. I just think it has a lot to do with what type of person do you want to create? Do you want to create somebody who has the things necessary, which mean they have the propensity to succeed, or they have the propensity to fail? Right. So I just think that's a lot of teaching, that goes along, with that. Mm-hmm. So.
H. de Man Clothing Company stock is now on the rise and is quickly evolving as a major influencer in fashion, by becoming a multifaceted brand that the smartest investors are keeping on their radar for 2023. For a relatively young company, H. de Man is now forming strategic relationships with major brands to become the next big thing in fashion. And if you don't know, well, now you know. Urban design has always been at the forefront of any major design company. The influence is loved and respected worldwide. Everywhere you look, people are looking for the current new trend in fashion to look their flyest. Hence, the slogan of H. de Man. Come be fly with us.
Wouldn't it be nice to just lay in bed with your loved one and smell an incredible scent of breakfast being prepared by your own personal chef? Well, let's make this a real situation. Book Chef Monte.
So the last thing I would say, man, and we have a phone call I think is coming through from California. Tap into that sixth sense, right? That universe, that God that'll lead you to make really good decisions, man. But we're going to pick up this phone call, man. We met this cat through our podcast, and he was like, hey, I want to call in, man. So we were like, all right, bro, give us a call. What's going on, my man? Hey, we got you, man. You on, okay, man.
How y'all brothers doing, man?
Man, we good,
doing good,
brother.
Sir,
we
you?
good, man. How you doing?
Okay. I'm good, man. I just had a question. My name is Jeff, calling from California.
LA.
27 years old, and y'all hit the nail right on the head. I am a man that stays at home with his mom. Just me and my dog and my mom, man. And
okay.
I just want to know, like, how do I transform my brain, right, to build the confidence to get out on my own? Like, I want to, but I got to get my mind right. How do I get my mind conditioned to, like, get out on my own?
I'm gonna pass Chris. I'm gonna pass this one to Chris. That's right up your alley, right there.
Okay, Jeff, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask a couple follow-up questions. You're 27.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you live with your mom. If I can ask, how long you been living with your mom?
All my life. I ain't been nowhere, man.
That's true. If he living with his mom, you could have left and came back. Like, I was just trying to see what your situation was.
I've been here all my life.
Okay. Are you working?
Yeah, I do little odd jobs here and there. Not too consistent.
Okay. Whose dog is this?
It's my dog.
Okay. The only reason I'm asking is because, Jeff, you got to understand, if you really trying to get out of your mom's place, and this is no offense, to you, but you got to start making some better decisions. And just the simple fact that you having a dog with your mom, like, that's a bad decision, bro. Like, that's borderline stupid, because you bring it into her space, and
hold up. For me to have a dog is stupid?
It's not your space, Jeff. Like, you got a dog that is running around in your mom's house. You have no space by yourself. You got odd jobs.
You saying just because I'm staying with mom, I shouldn't have a dog?
Yeah, absolutely. You should not.
Yes.
You shouldn't have a
step one. Get rid of
you
the
shouldn't
dog.
have a dog because it's not your place. You should have a stable job if you want to, start to build what you need to build to get out of your mom's place. What's the reason why you got odd jobs? Why you don't have a stable, some income coming in? That's what we've been talking about. You got to start to build create some vision for yourself, because it's going to be difficult for you to do that when you sound like a second thought to yourself. You don't know where you want to be. You don't know what you want to do. You're treating your mom's place like it's your place. That's why the dog is not a good, decision, because it's not your place, but you're treating it like it is yours. So you just got to start to develop some vision, write down some things that you want to do, and then find some avenues, some schooling or some classes or something that's dedicated towards what you want to do. That would probably be some of my first steps, right off the bat, until we were able to go, any deeper. But that's what I would say first.
Okay.
Let me see if Cal got anything for you.
And I would just say, man, the good news is, bro, you don't have to go about it by yourself, man. So we're here. We're here to help. We're going to have the podcast. We have live conferences, man. Come check us out so we can get you on down the road, brother, because we want to see you successful in your space.
Okay.
All right, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna try to take what y'all say, take heed to what y'all say. He said, make a list of what I want to do, huh?
Yeah.
That's it, man. It all starts there.
Okay.
All right, brother.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, take care of yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your time. Appreciate you tapping into the Wallet and Wellness podcast. We'll see you next time.
Peace.